Hi, this is Darren LaCroix. I've teamed up with my fellow world champion, Craig Valentine, and we wanted to get serious about coaching speakers. We filmed a live event in Canada 2007, went over 22 hours of video footage, painstakingly, with my friends, watching it with me, God bless them, to create this mind-blowing program. Over 25,000 to produce. We wanted to create a tool that was transformational. We sat and looked over this footage, and once we put it together, then we still had to figure out, what do people think when they watch it? To take 25 years of experience and put it into one learning tool. We created Own the Stage. Here's a sneak peek at the focus groups.
Own the Stage,
Okay.
and it's basically, I have a lot of CDs out there, but I only have one DVD. So this is me and Craig coaching speakers, teaching the best of what we know, but then also coaching speakers. So you see them speak, you hear our feedback, you see them speak again based on the feedback, and then we give them more feedback. But it's like you're sitting in the class with us.
You must worry thicker.
Guides to greatness are the 1999 world champion of public speaking, Craig Valentine.
Somebody said thank you.
I'm a big fan of feedback, so all I want is the truth. You will not do me any good. My mother has seen the DVD. I got the pat on the back. So this is, again, for a 10 DVD set, and this is the opening. And the first DVD is, or CD, if you make any product, is the most important, because that's when people decide if they're going to watch the whole thing or send it back. So that's why even just the opening, people are going to judge the value. So knowing it's a 10 DVD set, it's 8 separate speakers we work with and 2 DVDs before that where we lay the foundation, the foundation of what we teach. And then we show you applying it to each of the 8 other speakers. So you see them speak, then our feedback, then you see them come back the next day with the feedback incorporated, and they do it again, and then we give the feedback again. So based on a 10 DVD set, which we're also making it a 10 CD set, so you can go back and reinforce it. So it's going to be the same thing, but 10 DVDs and 10 CDs. Just your impression, what would the value of that be? I mean, what would you pay, or what do you think would be a fair charge for something like that? Just be honest. Now, you're not going to offend me.
What, 12 bucks? What do you think?
You might offend me.
But 89 would probably be where my threshold.
89?
Yeah, 89.
Okay.
$89?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
a lot
10
of
DVDs?
a lot of it's gonna be a lot higher than that.
It's gotta be more.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of think of how much people are willing to pay and how much they can put on their expense accounts. I mean, to go on to do a public speaking course, I bought yours, I put down public speaking course and it was $300, and no one questioned it. 300.
You didn't question that. So
I didn't question it.
So now you have 2 world champs, 10 DVDs.
Just three to 500, somewhere like that is what
Okay.
what a professional would pay. $89, you'd have to do a lot of volume, I think, to get your money back.
I already have an idea what I'm going to say, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters.
Having sat through many of your classes here locally, I would put a similar price on what you're doing with your classes, which would probably be somewhere in that $500 area.
Okay.
I would think even higher than that, Aaron, because
Well,
some
what
of them,
about?
I'd say maybe $1,000, maybe even higher.
Or you could just.
I like
split it
you.
up.
Your thoughts on the opening? What was your perception? What was your thoughts as you were watching it?
Actually, I didn't like the opening.
You didn't like it?
Not at all.
Why?
I guess I expect more from you, more professionalism, and then when you're there in your hotel room and your sweatshirt, it's just like,
Well, that's it, everybody knew it was a hotel room,
Yeah,
that's what I
but-
thought. It reminded me of the guy in Sideways in the hotel room.
I just didn't expect that from you as your opening.
Meaning us when we were sitting there in the hotel room?
No, when you were in there in the hotel room talking in the
Talking in the
mirror,
mirror.
that was the only part that really threw
Yeah,
me off.
because it still bugs me. I know I mentioned before, like the glasses.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the reflection of it, and it makes me think that it's not quite as professional.
Okay.
And so I understand that that's just kind of like, okay, this is just me talking in the mirror.
Yeah.
But that's just, no.
My thoughts are, if somebody's trying to sell me something, and I'm a purchaser of a lot of different programs, I just want meat. I mean, I really want the stuff to say. I don't want a lot of fluff. I want to get into the meat. And I would hope that if I was going to spend $500 or $300, that at the end of it, when I was all done, I would never be sorry that I purchased, when I have been before. When I purchased stuff, I've been sorry that I purchased it, you know, a month after I listened to it, it had no effect on me. So if I'm gonna spend it, I wanna know that 3 years down the road, I wanna keep that, I wanna treasure it.
Okay? Why would people want this? If I'm trying to create a sales letter page or something, why would they want this? What would interest you in actually watching it? And this is the last question, because we gotta get out of here.
Well, if I'm gonna buy 10 lessons, I would want, like, it's 10 discs, is it 10 discrete different topics? That would hook me, as like if I knew that the first 3 was this, or you know, if I knew what they were by chapter or something like that.
Yeah, table of contents of the total package.
That's what you do. When I want to buy a book on
You mean
Amazon or
like,
anything, I look at the table of contents and say, well, what are these 10 things? And then if the really good things are at the number 9 and 10, wow, then someone's going to buy the whole deal.
Yep.
What's going to be the timing for each DVD?
Each DVD will be at least an hour.
1 hour?
At least, yes. The
You
first
mean
2
like
will
a-
be more.
You mean like voice inflection or presentation skills or marketing or,
Well, he's
is
gotta
that
tell
what you
us
meant?
Well, that's,
By
I don't know what
subject matter?
but I would
What do you say,
imagine that.
Ken?
What would you
each
want
of
to
the
get
10
out of it? If you were gonna invest in something like this, what would you want in it?
I would take the, I don't know what you've got in mind, but some of the stuff you've already done and put it together in one big grouping, so you do the, you know, comedy part and the gestures part, then you do how to set up your business part. Is that what you're doing? Or
No, this is only on the skill.
completely, it's only on the skill.
I don't know.
Well, in the opening, we tried to show that. But,
I missed it.
yep, no. That gave me a good idea.
It would be kind of like a visual table of contents.
And one thing I'd like to see is, what are great openings? And what are great closings? And the third thing is, what is a great opening closing in the same speech? In other words, those 3 things, strong closing separate, and then strong openings separate, and then how you could think through a beginning-ending type of thing.
Perfect. Clark, any thoughts? Any at all, doesn't have to limit.
I think that if you take that, if you want to keep that one part in there, it says with you in the room, I would probably put it a little bit further in, where you're getting more of an introduction. Throwing that in there so that it's kind of a contrast of where you are. You're starting off very professional, you're going back to practicing in front of the mirror, and then basically how effective was that? And as you pointed out,
What my attempt was to just make it an interesting opening, because it usually starts off with the music and the blah, blah, blah. So I was trying to just capture people's attention by not starting that way. I'm not saying it
That's
worked,
good.
obviously it didn't.
No, but I like
It was-
no music. I'm not into music. I throw a lot.